What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Moseder here, and Donald Trump has officially signed the Epstein transparency bill, and at least one Democrat is absolutely panicking, feels the heat, and knows accountability is coming, and he's trying to get out of Dodge and save face while he still can. Now, this is a very good sign to me. I know there's been a lot of concern about the way this whole situation has been handled by the Justice Department, Kash Patel, even Trump. Some of his rhetoric around the Epstein files has been very concerning and raises a lot of eyebrows. And there's a lot of people that think that Pam Bondi is going to redact a bunch of things and we're not going to get anything really materially significant because they're going to deflect and say it's all under an active investigation and we can't produce these records because it would interfere with the ongoing investigations. However, at least one Democrat seems to think that something is about to happen. And that person is none other than Larry Summers. Larry Summers, who was the Treasury Secretary under Bill Clinton, the top economic advisor to Obama, a very, very prominent Democrat figure. And this is what happened yesterday at the Harvard Kennedy School.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein, and that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard Larry Summers, a prominent Democrat that was part of the Obama and Clinton administration, resigned from Harvard, saying that he deeply regrets and feels ashamed about his actions regarding Jeffrey Epstein. So he announced that he would step aside from his teaching duties at Harvard University while the school investigates his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Larry Summers also announced that he's going to be stepping down as one of the board members of OpenAI, which is the company behind ChatGPT, which he's been a board member since November 2023. In announcing his departure, he said, "I was deeply ashamed of my actions and recognize the pain that they have caused." Now, the media also says they're going to be kicking Summers to the curb. The New York Times said it does not intend to renew Summers' contract as a contributing writer for the opinion section. And by the way, the New York Times has their own problems since one of their reporters was seen in the emails communicating with Epstein about writing a hit piece about Trump and tipped off Epstein about a potential investigation. But that's besides the point. Clearly, they're trying to disassociate from Summers and save face. But Summers is also no longer a paid contributor to Bloomberg. So everybody under the sun is getting out of Dodge and disassociating themselves from Larry Summers. Now, here's the real kicker, and I want you guys to pay very close attention. None of this is new information. That Larry Summers had a close relationship with Epstein, that he was on the flight logs, that he went to the island, that Epstein contributed millions of dollars to Harvard during his tenure. All of that's been publicly available information for years. However, nobody felt the need to disassociate themselves from Summers. He didn't feel the need to step down from Harvard or OpenAI or any of these institutions. Only now that the emails have been released and it's become a big public spectacle, and only after the DOJ announced that they were going to be personally looking into Summers' association with Epstein, did all this start to happen. Just last week, the New York Times, Bloomberg, Harvard, OpenAI, they were all okay with having a known Jeffrey Epstein associate and potential pedophile on their board as the director, as a contributor. They were all A-okay with it until now. All of a sudden, once the DOJ and Trump announce that they're going to be looking into Summers and seeing how far the rabbit hole goes, do they all duck and run for cover? That should be a very good signal to everybody out there that's worried that nothing's going to happen. Clearly, they know that something is going down very soon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you guys think about this down in the comment section. As always, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and use promo code Nick at checkout when you go to MyPillow.com. You can save up to 66% off the best sleep products in the world. Get your Christmas presents early. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.